As you may know, Pew Pew is a unique weapon in Fallout New Vegas, your well-deserved reward for collecting 50-star bottle caps. A few years back, Thumblestein made a sequel to Pew Pew for Fallout 3, aptly titled Pew Pew 2.0, or as some might call it, Pew 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 Pew. Not me though, I'm not gonna call it that. So, I start my life the same way all women do, fearful over my own poor track record when it comes to finding laser pistols. I mean, last time I went looking for lasers, I don't remember actually. Weird. Nothing inside the vault is worth talking about, other than reminding you that everything is invalidated by me shooting a bug when I was 10 years old. Aside from the bug, I don't shoot, stab, bash, or vaporize anyone on my way out. I just ran for the door, didn't even stop to talk to Amada on the way out. Pew Pew 2.0 doesn't have any special location it has to be found at. You can find it anywhere. Well, anywhere with cows. And everybody's got a government cow. I find my government cow in Megaton. Now that I've found it, all I have to do is shove it. And Pew Pew 2.0 should be summoned. Huh. Nothing happened. Okay, well, that's a lie. Something happened. The mysterious stranger stinger played, but nothing else happened. So maybe it doesn't work. Oh, shit! Okay, cool. I got my laser gun and a nice steak to go with it. Looks like today is a good day to be me, unlike every other day. In its current state, it deals a whole 30 damage per shot, but it doesn't come with any ammo. So I trade away all my mortal possessions for a bit over 100 energy cells from Moira. I have a feeling that this is going to turn into an expensive habit, so I go steal 300 caps from Silver to solve the short-term costs. I test out the gun on a pair of ants outside Megaton. One of them gets sent to another dimension or something upon death. Poor fucker. And poor whoever's next. Actually, the next one's a fire ant, so I don't feel too bad. I really don't like bugs. Except bees. Bees are cute. I mean, bumblebees, worker bees, queen bees. It is. Never mind. I stopped by Grandma Sparkles, hoping to get some more caps from her, but she runs into her shack, then out of it, then back in, then back out, just to mess with me. Then she has like 6 caps, so she was just wasting my time, and that made me mad, so I killed her and stole all of her belongings. I didn't notice until I sniped a few mutants, but that getting sent to another dimension thing is actually the enemy being sent into the air and turned into gore upon a crit kill. There's also some horrifying sound effects to accompany it. Fun! When I get to Rivet City, Crazy Wolfgang is there too. He has no ammo for me, but I hoped I could get a second gun by tipping his cow. Apparently this one can't be tipped. Maybe it's because it has a bag on it, I don't know. Coming here was a good call. Seagrave has another 100 cells for me, and Shrapnel has 350-ish. Way too many for me to buy right now, but I have a plan. I want to find another Brahmin to hopefully get another laser from. This thing is worth 1,000 caps, so if I find a few cows, I'll be rich. So I check a few major locations. Erifu, is that how it's pronounced? Didn't have any that were still alive. Big Town had none that I could see. The regulators don't actually exist, so they had none. I'm basically just wasting ammo between destinations, so I'm really hoping that one of these places has some cows to tip. I finally find one over at the Temple of the Union and go inside and tip that cow. Okay, well this time nothing happens. Fantastic. This has been a complete waste of my time. Well, at least all this walking around and shooting people means I have some garbage to use to trade for some of those energy cells. And I know of another spot that'll have a few more. The rotting corpse of a Brotherhood initiate. This is going to require me to hurry along to meet Sarah, though. And any cells I have to spend to get it are just going to be refunded soon enough anyway. When I get to the surface, I meet Sarah, then follow her a few more meters and discover the previously mentioned rotting corpse of Initiate Jennings, who is holding about 100. I keep fighting the mutants alongside them because I want to take their loot. Moira is going to be really easy to trick into buying all this shit. Speaking of, once I mark Galaxy News Radio, I go talk to her and deliver a shipment in return for all of her stims, then come back to fight the behemoth. He scared me a little bit, but his short little arms can't reach under the building to grab me, so I take him down and steal all his valuable loot. Oh, also I killed 3 dog, because I'm an asshole. Another place off the top of my head that I know has some cells is Super Duper Mart. And while I use a few to get inside, once I'm in, I sneak over to the right and find another 100-ish behind the announcement radio. All that loot I've been collecting goes into another set of pockets when I go back to Shrapnel and buy another 430 cells, in exchange for some garbage and nukes. With now over 1,000, I think we're pretty much set for a while. It was a rough start, but we're good now. We're golden. Maybe it didn't seem that rough to you, but that's because these past, 4 minutes maybe, were 3.5 hours for me. You just get the highlight wheel of my suffering. Did I just say wheel? Now that I'm suitably armed, I go back to the memorial and take on the mutants. I really just want a marker to the garage. I can find it pretty easily these days without the marker, but I also get lost and turned around and distracted very easily, so better safe than sorry. My large supply of cells is already starting to dwindle, because from the mutants and a couple of raiders on my way there, I'm down almost 1/5 of them. But I know a thing or two about investment opportunities. You know, bear investing, bull investing, stock splits, and stock short. Okay, look, I lied. I don't know anything about investing. All I know is that if Take-Two dips, I'm completely fucked. My point was, though, I took a risk by going to Evergreen Mills and killing all the raiders there. I was hoping that Smiling Jack would have some more ammo to sell me, and the risk paid off because he most certainly has another 350. As I leave the quarry, I discover a pile of Aquapura crates outside. This is unusual given the fact that I am clearly not in broken steel yet. All this ammo doesn't really matter in the garage because I go right into the simulation, then right to the abandoned house to trigger the failsafe. Maybe one day the laws of a run will allow me to go through bronze full game, but until then, it's funny to ruin his entire life in the span of about 20 seconds. Dad wants me to go to Rivet City with him, but I heard some whispers calling my name. How did these whispers even learn about it? That's not even public information right now. I keep following the whispers and pass by an old friend, Fisto. It was Fisto calling to me, begging to come along for the journey once again. Well, fuck this stupid Power Fist. After we were done with that video, it told me it didn't need me anymore. It was too good for me. And now look where it is, crawling back to me. I gave it away to Moira. I'm done with that stupid thing. I go without it to the Lincoln Memorial, which I already cleared earlier, mind you. But then I changed my mind. I have a better idea. A curiosity to sate. A science experiment. What happens if I grab the Gek early? I know what you're thinking. It's impossible. But I have a plan. I don't think Fox is going to be there to help me, so in case of that, I earn some Radex and buy a hazmat suit from Moira. Then I journey out to Little Lamplight, where Robert lets me in after I tell him he stinks and his teeth are yellow. As I'm sure you can guess, I'm not able to ask him to open the door to Murder Pass. But there is another option, you know, and that option is to quick save phase through the edges of the gate. It works far more easily than that Lake Mead fence, and I get through to Murder Pass. For a few seconds, I didn't see any mutants and thought that they didn't spawn in. That would have made things very easy, but no, they're definitely here. I get into the vault where I kill some more mutants, of course, but also go looking for Fox. As I predicted, he's not really in the mood to help me. But then I thought, hey, what if I go set off the fire alarm? So I did. And to my shock, this actually started Finding the Garden of Eden. Fox starts walking toward the Gek, but he's slow as Gek, so I run and fight my way there without his worthless green ass. I assume it's green. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it. I slip on my hazmat suit and take some pills, then grab the Gek myself. Colonel Autumn abducts me and takes me to Raven Rock. I indiscriminately begin killing the Enclave as soon as I'm out of my cell, even though some of them don't fight back due to the President's ceasefire orders. Just like in real life, ceasefires can be broken at will if you're suitably evil enough, and I am. But it's the Enclave, so it's morally okay to be evil in this case. To cap it off, I tell Eden to blow up the bunker on my way out. Oh, it never gets old. Actually, it's almost 20 years old. The game, I mean. Isn't that fun? As I'm sure you remember, I haven't been to the Citadel for the first time, meaning that when I get there now, the door is closed. But that's not a problem. I expected this to happen. You may be aware of an exploit that allows you to climb over some rubble and drop down into the environment, and then walk underground to the door to the Citadel courtyard. I'm aware of it too. That's why I mentioned it, because I did it. So now I enter the lab, and somehow the Brotherhood knew I would be coming, and we set off to take the purifier back from my dad, I guess, considering the Enclave never took it. I guess if we're being honest, my little mascot character's fictitious dad in her fictitious life was in the Enclave. Although he deserted right before Navarro was then sacked by the NCR. He absolutely despised the Enclave by then and didn't believe in it whatsoever, hence him deserting. That was today's much requested lore drop. It's kind of a group project between myself and others. It's a long story. Maybe someday you'll hear like 2% of it. Anyway, here's a question for you. Fallout 4 shows us that Liberty Prime is waterproof. So why did this big robotic asshole decide to take the long way through the entire District of Columbia instead of crossing the fucking river? Could it be that the designers of Fallout 4 actually just didn't take into consideration that they'd retroactively make this design choice in Fallout 3 even fucking stupider? No, surely not. Fallout 4's writers could actually never make a mistake like that. And maybe you're thinking, but Parable, what if they simply made him waterproof when they rebuilt him, and he wasn't waterproof in Fallout 3? Yeah, well, what if I told you to go fuck yourself, huh? I continue to not follow Prime by quick-save phasing through the photonic resonance barrier. I'm pretty sure some of them didn't spawn in. This might not be possible from where I did it if they had. In the memorial, all the scientists are still here, waiting to be gunned down by the Enclave. In the rotunda itself, Colonel Autumn is here, but not his guards, and he doesn't initiate dialogue, so I shoot him dead. The door to the purifier is inaccessible, but I've dealt with this before, you just haven't seen it. In the never-to-be-released Fallout 3 video I made 2 years ago, I ran into a problem where Prime got stuck in a building, and I had to phase through the barrier and then through this wall to the purifier. I phased through the wall again in the same spot and tried to type in the code. Unlike in that piece of lost media, the console doesn't work. Okay, I have a plan. Dad is still alive, so I take the parts to repair the purifier from him, and phase back out of the purifier to plug them in. Then I phase back into the purifier and... ah shit, it's still not on. I leave again to go to the drainage pipes and... fuck! It's locked, with a very hard lock level. Maybe it's in my best interest to give up now, but no. I've said it before, real winners quit, and I'm a fucking loser, so I'm not giving up. I will beat this goddamn game if it kills me. Outside the memorial, I turned the game from normal to very easy. This video stopped being about the laser pistol a long time ago. The difficulty doesn't even matter anymore. I slaughter the Enclave outside and level up, dumping every point into lockpicking. But it's not enough. I need to break out of the memorial. The place I phased in can't be phased out of, but there's a tiny gap where I can jump out. Then I realized that you're allowed to fast travel during Take It Back. I just assumed you couldn't. Maybe the circumstances I'm under allow me to, I don't know. So I go over to Megaton and deactivate the bomb. Not nearly enough XP to level up though. So I go to Big Town and agree to find Red and Shorty for their friends. In the police station, I get a good amount of XP from killing all the super mutants, on top of the 390 for finishing the quest and getting them home safe. I also wait around for the super mutant attack on Big Town, gunning them all down in a few shots each the second they pop into existence. I don't want to do any of the other base game side quests right now, so instead, I take a magical boat ride to the faraway island of Point Lookout. I enjoyed Point Lookout the one time I played it, and it's the only DLC I'll be able to complete within the confines of this run. Don't ask about Mothership Zeta. Defending the mansion with Desmond is just as awesome as I remembered it. Although this time, there's an eensy-weensy tiny little problem. Apparently, the fuel tank next to the big hole doesn't explode if I shoot it with my laser, so I have to pick up a hunting rifle and use that instead. Fuel tanks aren't alive though, so this is okay. Same for the one on the other side too. After fighting through the tribals, I have to pick up a shotgun to blow it up. Why did I say it like that? To blow it up with. While defending the main room, I level up, once again dumping all the points into lockpicking. Perhaps controversially, I also take the Here and Now perk, then dump all of those points into lockpicking as well. After Desmond sends me to join the cult, and the cult sends me to wade through swamp water, I discover something fun. If an enemy starts getting dissolved and exploded by Pew Pew 2.0, and they're in the water, it's really fucking loud. Check it out. I mean, that sucked to listen to, right? But it's awesome. Anyway, I grab all those seeds that the cult wanted me to get and go on a wild drug trip and get my brain scooped out, and then go back to the cult. This levels me up, getting my lockpicking skill up to 100. So I give all the cultists the finger, the middle one that is, and go back to Tobar and fuck off at a point lookout. Back through the barriers, back to the sewer grate, and now I can pick the lock on it. After rotating the valve, the Enclave attacks a second time for the first time, and I fight my way through 2 soldiers to the rotunda, where Autumn, who I killed earlier, is back alive. He is notably not inside of the purifier, meaning that his dialogue doesn't trigger, meaning nothing happens. Hey, also Sarah's here. You know, they say that there's no unique experiences left, but there's a good chance that I'm the first person to ever do this shit. So anyway, I phase back into the purifier, and now I can enter the code, meaning that, I mean, it's hardly even what the video is about at this point, but I don't beat Fallout 3 with Pew Pew 2.0 because of the BB gun. You know, I think that when those Aqua Pura boxes showed up, it was actually foreshadowing for the messed up time anomaly I'd go on to create for this video. Anyway, I'm gonna go give Pew Pew 2.0 to Knight Torres. Bye!